really appreciate everybody coming out this afternoon. I appreciate your support in my re-election. I would ask, task one is petition time. My goal is to set just a whole new record in terms of number of petition signatures throughout all 17 counties, and your help with that would be greatly appreciated as we begin this over the next, starting today. We can circulate petitions, but I think our petitions are already in the county, and we're just looking forward to earning the right to fill your seat again for the next 2 years. I guess take some questions.
A couple of questions.
Okay.
Question?
I have one.
Yes, sir.
What's your opinion on amnesty?
For illegal aliens?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not in favor of it. I think that illegal immigration is a huge problem in this country. My approach to it, I try to think very simply, actually, and thinking in simple terms is not something that Washington is used to. But I break it down into 3 parts: SEE, see our way through that problem. S is secure the borders first. There are things coming across the border that would, if you knew about it, would keep you up at night. I was just down in the Sierra Vista, Fort Huachuca. Penny and I, our son graduated from military intelligence school, and we spent time with the Border Patrol. And we watched the Border Patrol actually round up that evening, in the hour we were there, 43 illegal immigrants.
By 9 o'clock.
By 9 o'clock in the evening. That is Cochise County. In that county, they apprehend 400,000 illegal aliens every year. By their best predictions, that one county, they only apprehend 10% of the illegal aliens coming across the border. It's more than people seeking better life and seeking better opportunities. Drugs, there's things, again, that would keep you up at night if you knew what was coming across that border. And so securing our borders needs to be job one. Second, we need to expedite the legal immigration process. Right now, there are people that are law-abiding, are waiting in line for years to enter this country in pursuit of a better way of life, and just the way our ancestors did. And our government bureaucracy is terrible. It has made it so complex, so difficult. And frankly, there are industries, and I will start with agriculture and hospitality industry, that are looking for a workforce that they can't find here in our shores. And some of those are very good jobs. Agriculture jobs, some of them are up to $15 an hour, I've heard of. And so we need to expedite that process so people can come here legally. And that final E is enforce the rule of law. If it's against the law, there's consequences. And if you're here illegally, you need to go home. And then get in line and follow the process that we've cleaned up, that you can come back legally, so that we know who you are, where you are, and that you've applied appropriately. But amnesty is not the issue, or is not the solution. I don't support it.
But we should not advertise for them. By advertising, open the doors for it. And in some cases in California, this is what is happening.
Yeah. And many of those communities are
One more question.
local issues. This guy's tough. He's been dragging me all around the 5th District.
Congressman, just wondering, I kind of have a 2-part question.
Sure.
First, what's your feelings on term limits? Because to me, career politicians are what's driving this country down the tube. They worry more about their re-election and getting the next seat in there than they do about what's best for the country. The second part is, what do you feel about taking a pay cut? Because as a taxpayer, why should we pay you more than what we make? I don't know of any company out there that would survive where they pay their boss. The boss pays the employees more than he makes himself.
Sure.
What would be your feeling toward maybe averaging out the median household income, which is probably around $45,000?
Well, let me, if you don't mind, I'm going to answer in reverse order.
Sure.
Okay. In terms of pay cuts, I signed on legislation immediately when I got to Washington because pay increases are are automatic for Congress. They passed that a long time ago. I signed on to legislation to rescind that, so that we do not have pay increases. The first year I did that, and I found out it didn't go anywhere, because constitutionally, once we were sworn in, you couldn't do anything about it. So we passed something, we worked on something last year for this coming year. And so that is something I'm in favor of. I would tell you that in terms of the medium income, well, let me put it in this terms. We have our house at home, and I have to have an apartment in Washington. I got to tell you, I've never paid so much for so little in my entire life. And there is no per diem. There's no extra pay. There's no. I can't even. You know, if you had a side business or were working in Washington because of your business, you could actually deduct the cost of your housing, right, under tax law. As a member of Congress, I can deduct nothing like that, and I'm okay with that. It's just the way the laws are and the rules are. I live in it's about an 750 square foot apartment, and for the first year it was $1,950 a month. So the little additional pay, and it is, I got to tell you, I'm making a whole lot more than what I've ever made in my whole life, working in nonprofit community health care. But are incurring, the costs of the job are pretty significant. I don't see how anyone's going to get rich, get wealthy, or even get ahead. Even though the salary is significant, it is a lot of money. It's a lot of money where I come from. It's a lot of money for this district. But the cost of serving in that office, including just the housing and the food, is pretty tremendous. In terms of term limits, you know, I think there are term limits. I really do. And I've been excited about this year. I've been excited about the Tea Party movement. I'm excited about what I consider patriots standing up. I'm excited about citizens, what I consider are actually doing their job the way the founders wanted them to when they set up this nation, in that they're paying attention and they're holding elected officials accountable. It's the citizens that decide whether somebody should be elected for another term, because really each of those seats belongs to the people, and that's the way the founders designed it. They did not put term limits on the House members that run every 2 years. And I think and I have to tell you, years ago when before I was involved in politics, I thought, man, run every 2 years, and you know, in the 5th district seat, as you know, your seat it covers 22% of the state of Pennsylvania, and that's a pretty heavy task. But since I've been here this past year, I've come to the conclusion that our founders were really smart people. And the fact is that you run in every 2 years. If you have to earn that seat, you have to earn the confidence and the trust of the voters that are hopefully awake and paying attention and making informed decisions. That holds you accountable. That makes you be transparent. That makes you do the right things to earn that right to hold that seat again. I think our founders designed it well that way, and I think we've already seen and will see that you know, the voters will speak out. I trust them. We saw that last year. I think we're going to see it big time this year. There will be some folks who will not return to office, and that's the way it should be. If that's what the voters decide, and if the voters decide to you know, someone like me, that they want to provide me their trust and confidence and allow me to earn that seat for another term, and then I trust the voters to do that.
Right.
I got one. Thank you. I didn't know. Well, that's not for Mayor. I'm sorry. I wanted you to know, Chairman Stroman wanted me to tell you he planned to be here today, and unfortunately got dragged away by some other situation. But he wanted to know, in addition to our endorsement of you for the Lycoming County Republican Committee endorsement, he pledges that the committee is going to be behind you 100% in whatever it can to help in your reelection. So,
thank you, sir. I appreciate all your work. Thank you very much.